What's going on, guys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another squad builder. Now in today's video we have a 100k team, meta team, but La Liga only. By the time you're watching this video, I uploaded a main 100k team on my main channel. That's with multiple leagues, so be sure to check that out. But this is just going to be just for La Liga. Also, don't forget I do stream on twitch.tv/NealGuides, 1 PM UK time, Monday to Friday. Well, let's get straight into the video now. Meta team, La Liga. Unfortunately, there isn't that many good strikers in La Liga, so it's all about playing players like Dembele and probably in a striker or a cam role. We're going to obviously start with Dembele because he's a cheap Neymar. The only player that's probably carried me and stayed in my team up until the beginning of the game to the end. And obviously that speaks for itself, the kind of player Dembele is. 5-star, 5-star, has everything you want. I would say if you're going to play him in striker, probably put a finisher on him or someone like a finisher or a Deadeye. Either one is completely fine. Finisher probably for a cam. Finisher for a striker and Deadeye for a cam would be very, very well on that team. Now linking him in, we have Llorente because in La Liga there isn't that many good centre mids. You have players like De Jong. You can put De Jong in this team instead of Llorente if you really, really want to. So if you have a bit surplus of cash, you can put De Jong here. But Llorente for the cash and for the price. For 1k, he's a bit of a joke. You know, you can't get someone else better than him for his price. So I'll definitely get someone like Llorente in the team. Left back, we have to go with Gaia now. When you're playing with fullbacks, the pace is the most important thing. It's the same with CDMs. I always advocate putting a shadow on my CDMs. Don't forget you can buy Llorente with a shadow for like 1.7k anyway. So that is something that's very, very important. So do bear that in mind. But Gaia, there isn't that many good left backs. Of course you have Jordi Alba, which is very expensive. And you have someone like Mendy who's 100k plus. So put Gaia in, put a shadow on him, and therefore you got one of the best left backs in La Liga. Anyway, yeah, Bachiche is obviously not a bad example as well. So if you want to, you can put Bachiche there. Moving over to the left centre back, we have Diego Carlos. Again, we're going to buy him on a shadow because he does like that pace. An absolute tank at the back, very tall, 6'1", really good stand tackling and slide tackling, but he's got that pace with the defensive stats. That's what's important, the pace. It's hard to find a player that's got a good pace, especially at the back. Obviously on the other side we have Eder Militao. Of course, Militao is a good player. There are other players, players that are also equally as good. In Real Madrid, you do have some good centre backs. Obviously, you have the likes of, don't forget, you have the likes of, in terms of Varane and etc. etc. But there is one guy that I really, really like. I forgot his name. Hermoso used to be pretty good. And if I can find him, that is. I think it is... where is he? Hang on. Oh, here he is. Nacho Fernandez. Nacho Fernandez is another decent card you can put in the team as well. If you do prefer Nacho Fernandez, the reason why some people might prefer him is because of the balance. But he's also got good sprint speed as well. But we've gone with Eder Militao instead. And of course, he speaks for himself again. I'll say either an anchor or a shadow on Militao. For the goalkeeper, there isn't that much choice for financial wise. Neto is a good player. It's kind of a debatable one because there's no real standout goalkeepers. Ter Stegen is good, but too far expensive. And you have Aitor, I think that's how you say his name. And I think Neto is probably the best example. You get one of these two, and you're completely fine. Going over to the right back, we've ended up going with Navas. Now, why Navas? Is because there isn't that many good right backs in La Liga. You probably, if you make a full, this is why these squad builders are on this channel, because these are just for like, these are kind of meta teams. But like, you know, someone like Carvajal, he's too slow. Someone like Arias, he's too slow. Kappa is actually a really, really good card. But Sergio Roberto, etc., they're too slow. And Semedo's card does not exist because, of course, he has moved to Wolves. So what does that mean? Okay, so what you can basically do is get Navas, put a shadow on him, and he can also play a left back, right back, and play that wing type role. You want to definitely put a shadow on him as well. Get that sprint speed to 94, and he definitely becomes a really good card in that right back positioning. Now moving over to the centre mid, we're actually going to play a striker in this centre mid role. And don't forget, this will be for 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, and even a 4-1-2-1-2 second variation. That puts the team at a measly. It's a wrong terminology there. I was saying that Morales is a really good player. He does fit in well, but it does put the team at a very cheap 25,000 coins. I think that's a good base for a 25k team on this side. But of course, Morales is really, really good. Can play on a wing, can play in striker. And it's the issue with La Liga. There isn't that much good strikers. You have players like Benzema and players like Suarez who are just not good enough for that role. They're really just not good enough. Don't get tricked by players like Suarez and Benzema. Of course, you can't afford Messi, but don't be tricked. João Felix, he's not a bad card, but he's way over budget, so you're kind of stuck. Moving over to the striker who's going to be playing in the camera was going to be Griezmann. I think Griezmann is probably one of the best cards you can get in La Liga for a striker. He does have a 3-star weak foot. It's obviously a big issue. But if you could somehow figure out a way to play him in a camera, which I'll show you in a second, or even a centre mid, he does play in that role very well. But of course, I wouldn't really play him up front because of that 3-star weak foot. Now moving over to the right wing, Eden Hazard. Now, why Hazard is because there isn't that many good right wings. It's the exact same thing, and you know how my stance is about playing players of chemistry. Porto is a really good card. That's the only card that I would say is potentially worth it. That Porto card is really good. Then you have Carrasco. Carrasco is the other lower tier card that is also not too bad in that position. I think he's actually, is he a left? Hang on. Oh yeah, he's left wing. Carrasco is not a bad card. Now, I would put something like this. It depends on who you play striker. We'll get on to that in a second. But whoever's going to play striker in your game, whether that's Hazard or Dembele. Now, Hazard obviously has much better shooting than Dembele, but he does lack the 5-star. So you got to make that choice. Yes, you can argue Hazard is better, but I think, in all honesty, in that situation, it's kind of a debatable one. I would go with Dembele because he's got the 5-star, but Hazard is equally well. And then going at a price of Valverde, who's around 8k now. He wasn't not too long ago. He was actually very expensive. He was around about, if I'm not mistaken, he was around about 35k. Now obviously he's gone down tremendously coming towards the end of December. With his shadow, he makes one of the best CDMs in the game for the price of 8k. And I think definitely in that team he fits in perfectly. And as I said, that will be the team for chemistry. Of course, you just get any manager. It doesn't really matter because obviously we're playing just one league. We're playing La Liga. But of course, if you're trying to fit someone else in, La Liga, Premier League, Liga Santander, it doesn't matter who you want to get. Obviously, you're playing another league, it might be a bit different. But when you apply loyalty in all these players, every single player will get 4 chemistry, apart from the only card, and that is Dembele, who will get a 7 chemistry. And of course, you can swap these two around. Now, if you're going to be playing a 4-2-3-1, so whoever you're going to play in striker in this team, you want to put them in the left wing position to get the full chemistry boost. If you're going to be playing in a 4-2-3-1, Hazard, in my opinion, has to go on the wing. Griezmann can, and I would say probably end up putting Dembele in striker. That's probably the best way, I would say. Yes, you can argue Griezmann can play on the wing. Maybe Hazard's better cam, but the issue is he's too slow. So that's why I think you're better off putting Morales and Hazard on the wing, 2 pacey players. If you want, you can even get Porto. You can even play Porto as a right wing. In fact, what you can do is you can put Porto in the right wing, and then you can put Hazard as a left mid in the centre mid role, and he still gets chemistry. So you can do something like that, but Morales is just as well, just to keep things very simple. And if you're going to be playing a 4-4-2, the exact same thing, except for Hazard this time, he goes in striker, so we're going to move it along. Griezmann, I agree, he is a tad bit too slow for the wing area. So what you can do if you really want to, you can put Griezmann in striker, but of course he does have that 3-star weak foot. But he has a really good left foot. That is what's the key benefit. But I would probably do something like that. Maybe get away with Griezmann. Otherwise, if not, just get someone like Porto in the team. And what you can do is you can start Porto in right wing, and then you can move Hazard to a left centre mid and keep Morales in. That way you get a faster combination for the 4-4-2 because you want fast left mids and right mids. If you're going to be playing a 4-1-2 onto second variation, Valverde goes CDM, Llorente in centre mid, and then what you can do over here is you can put Griezmann back in the team, and you can do something like this. And if you want to, you don't have to put Morales in. You can get De Jong here. Now, I like to have an attacking player, so you can do something like that. Now, I like to have an attacking player instead, especially in that cam role or that midfield role, that person that's joining in the attack. So I would personally go with Morales or someone like Porto again, because this player normally I have him on getting behind or get forward. So I want someone that can create, who's almost playing as a second striker. But that's just a 100k team. Thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, and don't forget twitch.tv/NealGuides, 1 PM UK time, Monday to Friday. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.